Here is my completed Pezzapoo Group build de Havilland DH2. It's a 1/72 scale from Revell. It was a lot of fun to build. Haven't done anything like this before. The group build is my first. Turned out real well. I tried to focus on a lot of the cross bracing, as you can see, or the whatever you want to call it. I just got the decals on yesterday. I was deciding whether or not to weather it, and I don't know, I haven't done it yet. I don't know if I will. Been working on this thing for a while. It's kind of difficult trying to figure out when to paint, when to glue on the cross braces there. I made them from stretching sprue. What I would do was I would take my lighter, heat the sprue up until it started to melt lightly, and then I would just stretch it, set it down, let it dry. I did that to a whole bunch of them, and it would create these, I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but it would create these different size wires. So that's how I did that. I used to build tanks when I was younger, so that's how I would build antennas, so that's why I went with that. Overall, I'm happy with it. Turned out pretty well, but I do feel like I'm done. I don't want to mess with it anymore. I want to move on to something else. Biplanes were a lot different. I'm glad that I did the group build, because I probably never would have built a biplane, to be honest. But I am glad that I did it. It's a very good group build. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Something different. And I want to thank Pezzapoo for picking it, because otherwise I probably never would have built one. I never had a desire to do that. So will I build one in the future? Who knows? Maybe down the road. It was a good change up, actually. You know, I built a bunch of World War II planes. This is my first ever World War I plane. So it was a real nice change up. I enjoyed the build a lot. Been enjoying watching other people's progress. And see what the next one is. Might have to participate in that as well. The de Havilland, I did a little bit of research and saw some videos on them, but it was only used for about a year, evidently, in the First World War around 1916. I'm not totally sure. And it was used to cope with I think it was a Fokker that the Germans had, but it was a single wing. So they decided to put the engine in the back of this one and the pilot up front. And I was reading somewhere too that they fixed the machine gun so that they just pointed the plane at the enemy instead of moving the machine gun left or right. I did try something also new with it. I tried these decal sets, the micro set, and this other one. As you can see, this one's almost gone because, you know, I accidentally tipped it over. Pretty good at doing that. All the paints I used were actually this Tester brand. Testors paint. It is an enamel paint. So the only acrylic paints that I did use was I did a bit of whitewash on the wings, and so I did use a little bit of Tamiya white, and I also used a bit of their brown around the cockpit, and otherwise it was all done with Testors enamel. And this was all brushed on. I didn't use the airbrush at all. I did brush on for everything. So that's my completed build for Pezzapoo. Hope you guys enjoy the build and have fun making your World War I planes like I did. And I will talk to you later.